Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Panzer Dragoon. I'm 9gear Crow.
And I'm Blind Sally. And unfortunately, Travelog won't be joining us for this video.
Yeah, he died in the explosion at the end of the game. No, I'm kidding.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so this is the hard mode epilogue. So, I know, yes, one of the cheats in Panzer Dragoon that you can do is cheating to see the hard mode epilogue. I know, it's amazing, isn't it? So, your skill in hard mode deserves a reward.
Hard.
Yeah, hard mode, yeah. So, basically what the hard mode epilogue is it just says that, congratulations, and then it gives you the code for wizard mode.
The secret mode.
And really, all this cheat does is it makes the game go 50% faster.
Wow.
So it basically plays the game at essentially a modern day frame rate. Yeah. So you see, it's going to show.
It's still playable, then. It's not just a horrible train wreck.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's actually decently playable. So yeah, the cheat mode for that on the Sega Saturn controller is, like you see there, left bumper, right bumper, left bumper, right bumper, up, down, left, right.
I can read, Crow.
Hey, we have a blind audience. You never know.
It's just my username.
And so yeah, you sort of saw me just go by really quickly at the beginning of the video, but to access the hard mode epilogue from the main menu, what you gotta do is press up, down, up, left, down, up, down, right, left, right.
Hold on, can you say that again? I'm writing it down.
Oh, for God's sake. And, yeah, this plays, like, probably... Like, yeah, that epilogue is, like, really, really long and, like, to an unnecessary degree, so I just cut it down. So now, this next one is the episode select code. You can see there, you enter in the code, and so all of a sudden you get to your episode list there, and this one is actually, in all honesty, the closest to the, the famous Konami code. To do it, you go up, down, left, right, and then X, Y, and Z on the Sega Saturn controller. And now you can pick whatever episode you want to start the game at, so I just, for the heck of it, said, okay, let's start at episode 6. And here we go. So this looks familiar, doesn't it?
It's almost like I've watched this before.
Yeah. I know that there's like very little original content in this video. I don't blame you if you don't watch it.
You heard it here, folks. Right here first. Shut it off.
Yeah. And here's a little secret. If you enter in, I guess, the level select code or the infinite continuous code, when you end the game, the little Sega logo there, instead of being the Sega logo, actually is a woman who then turns into the Sega logo.
Is that, was that a reference to something? Virtua Fighter or something?
Could be.
I don't know. Who made Virtua Fighter? Was it Sega?
Yeah, Sega. Yeah, Virtua Fighter was a Sega game.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. I don't know if Team Andromeda, the guys behind Panzer Dragoon, were behind it, but, whatever.
Right.
So, and this one is the Unlimited Continues / New Weapons cheat. And so that's up, X, right, Y, down, Z, left, Y, up, X. And you can see there, hey look, we got some brand new weapons to screw around with.
Purple laces instead of blue.
Yep. So, to select the different weapons, what you need to do is, when the episode numbers come up, you press and hold down a certain button on the controller. So, this one, for example, you hold down the B button.
And so what's happening? Are you charging up those rotating spheres of light?
No, those spheres of light show up when you have a lock-on on.
Oh, okay.
So long as you're holding down the lock-on button, those little spheres will zoom around, and I think, I know you get at least 3 of them. I don't know if you get more per lock-on.
So what's the... Okay, so... So far, this looks to be identical to your regular lock-on. What's the difference between purple and blue?
I guess the single blue shot from, like, Kyle's laser blaster is more powerful.
What?
And the
The cheat weapon is weaker?
I know, yeah, and the cheat weapon, yeah, is just regular. It just turns the lock on a different color. And here's actually a weapon that I'm skipping forward to show you, but this is the essentially the machine gun weapon.
Okay, that one actually.
Yeah, so you can see I'm just completely demolishing this boss, but this was something that I actually found out as I was doing this video right here. These bosses have invincibility frames.
Huh.
Like you can see when
certain
animations are playing, I'm just completely unloading on this thing, and it's not dying. Like, you've got to wait for the boss to go through its entire animation before you can actually kill it.
I think this game was difficult enough.
Oh, I know. Hey, mid-90s Sega games.
I still feel like some of these ships could be like designs of a bad sci-fi movie like Zardoz or something.
Yeah. Well, hey, these were based off of Mobius's design, so, you know. Not to insult the master or anything, but...
They are certainly bizarre.
Yeah. And so yeah, now that we've finally gone through the entire animation for the boss, now we can finally kill it. And it just goes right down.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating. I would have liked it, I would have appreciated it more if you could, if you were good enough or cheating, you had the ability to destroy a boss before it reached a certain stage or form or phase, whatever.
Yeah, they didn't really do that. Like, essentially every part of this game is on rails. And so now, here's the option 2 for new weapons. So this is the one you hold down the C button at the beginning of the game, and you get this cool teal-colored lock-on, which is, I guess according to IGN, where I found all these cheats from, this is the most powerful single lock-on weapon in the game, and it also has the easiest and widest lock-on range of all the weapon choices you get. And the single blue shot is actually less powerful than the standard shot. So, these cheats have advantages and disadvantages.
Considering this game has such a weirdly extensive backstory, are there names for these lasers?
No, not in this game, but
Special weapon 2,
yeah. So yeah, this is the third option where you hold down Y and you get that multicolored, essentially spam laser, and just a regular standard lock-on, so there's nothing special about that. But yeah, like I was saying in one of the earlier videos, this is sort of like the genesis of the different dragon forms that show up in like Panzer Dragoon's Y and Panzer Dragoon Saga and Panzer Dragoon Orta. And like each of those dragons in like those games, like it's technically the same dragon, but it can transform, and it has like different stats and different skills. Like one of them has like heavy weapons that it's really slow and powerful. Another one is really fast and has like a rapid fire shot like we got here, but it's like really weak.
I find that a bit strange considering here in Panzer Dragoon, it's not the dragon that's doing it in combat. It's you, the player, with your gun.
Well, it's not really coming across. Like I don't know how well it's coming across, but it's essentially meant to be a cooperative effort between you and the dragon. Like the lock-on shots, like where like the light bends and it shoots everything. That's actually coming from the dragon.
That did not come across at all.
Yeah, so it'll come across in another video coming up soon enough where I'll show off. But yeah, the lock-on shots are actually fired from the dragon, and the single shots are fired from Kyle's laser blaster.
Right. Because honestly, I wouldn't have been surprised if in the opening cinematic, Kyle subjugated the dragon and used it to chase off the other one. He's sort of broken into the dragon like a person might break in a horse right now. And at the very end, he just flies it blindly into the tower and escapes of his own devices.
And so there, yeah, you see there, I mentioned it when we were fighting this boss the first time, how it likes to land in front of you with one of its prongs out and just try to shank you. I actually got hit by it right there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
So you can dodge that, or do you fire at it to get it to jump?
No, you have to dodge that one. And I think the reason why I'm letting this one run its course is the fact that I want to show off what happens when, because like we saw what happened when you blew up the base of it, you know, and the fan section sort of splits off and tries to attack you. Now
you're gonna blow up the fan section first.
Yeah, now we're gonna see what happens when you blow up the fan, and you have to do the jolly jumper here.
Truly, IKEA furniture is the most terrifying boss fights.
Yeah.
Existential horror, unlike no other.
Yeah.
Tell me, Crow, what would Derrida say about this?
I don't know. I barely understood what Derrida said the first time I read any of his stuff.
It's just like when you try and explain Derrida to me.
Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure Derrida once said, like, I'm not kidding about this, if you've understood anything that I've said in this writing, then I have failed as a theorist. The man is a troll like no other, or I should say was, because he's dead now.
I'm gonna Google that. If I can find that, that will make my day.
Yeah. I don't know, he spoke French, so you probably need to find an English translation of
right.
it. One of my professors actually is a close personal friend of Derrida, and she didn't really take well to the fact that I said, you know, this guy makes no sense.
Was that one of the courses you failed?
No. Real life is not LP, Blind Sally. So yeah, now the fan has blown up, and now we gotta deal with the Jolly Jumper. And yeah, this thing, I guess I said that it had no attacks, but yeah, it does sort of throw those two little piddly fireballs at you, and yeah, like, I'd be so embarrassed if I had to be the pilot of that thing. And it just, like, look at that, it just falls over, like, ugh.
I wonder what it's like in the Empire Air Force Base. Like, oh hey, Steve, you're the new pilot transfer, what ship are you flying? Jolly Jumper. Sorry, what was that? Couldn't hear you. The Jolly Jumper.
You know, the thing with the fan on top of it.
Oh, you're that guy. No, someone's sitting here. You have to eat lunch somewhere else.
And like the whole table is empty. And so yeah, here is our last little weapon. So this is what you do. You hold down Z on the level select or the episode title screen, and you get an aqua-colored blaster that shoots a little bit faster than the standard blaster and is a little bit more powerful. And you also get a purple lock-on that's better than the standard lock-on, but not as good as the really super powerful teal one from episode 2.
So considering all the things, secrets, scenes, levels, bosses that this game locks behind you doing things in a specific way, is there anything Panzer Dragoon has hidden from us that you can only see if you get 100% shot rates on level?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, the game does not expect you to, do perfectly at it, so...
Well, a little bit surprised by that.
Yeah, I know, same here. Because I guess... I don't know, if there is a person out there who's done a perfect run at Panzer Dragoon, like 100% across the board, I haven't seen it yet.
Right.
So... Like, and there are, like, certain enemies that, like, show up for, like, 2 seconds on screen, and you have to be, like, on the top of your game to take them out, otherwise, yeah, they're just gone, and you miss that 1 percentage point, so...
Threat challenge?
No! But, like, yeah, you can see just compared to when we fought this thing the first time, just how we're absolutely demolishing this thing with the superpowered laser now.
If you can hit it.
Yeah, I know, I kind of lose the plot here a little bit. Funnily enough, it wasn't the level 5 boss that gave me such a difficult time when I was a kid, it was actually this thing. But I love the music for it so much, so... So this next cheat is the Invincibility mode, so this is the one that it actually locks down the ending cinematic if you try to beat the game with it.
Does it give you some sort of disparaging remark, like when you use level skips and it ranks you as a chicken?
Nope.
Oh.
It just goes to the end of the game plays, and then it just goes to a black screen, and then it kicks you back to the title screen. It doesn't even say, like, you know, winners don't use drugs or whatever, you know?
Wow. So,
yeah.
if you beat the game through that method, you'd have no idea what you were missing.
Exactly.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And
oh,
where's the rider?
I know, I messed up the cheat order here. So this is actually dragon-only mode.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can see here, all we have access to, because Kyle's not there, we only have access to the lock-on from the dragon.
Huh.
So yeah, to get this cheat, you need to first enter in the unlimited continuous cheat / the weapon select cheat, and then you need to do left, right, up, down, left bumper, right bumper. And then you'll hear a sound like the dragon getting hit, and then when you enter into the game, yeah, all of a sudden you only have the dragon there, no Kyle.
So this is important to know, following up of that, is there a Kyle-only mode?
Yeah, we're gonna see that.
Oh my god!
Yes.
I wasn't really expecting an affirmative.
Yeah, it's actually called Space Harrier mode.
Huh.
So yeah, it's a reference, and now here's episode 0. So, this is just essentially... You're flying through an empty field. The final boss music plays. The game is automatically on wizard mode, so it's just going like at 1.5 times its normal speed, and just every enemy from, like, every standard enemy from every level shows up one at a time. And a lot of them, like, have one-shot kills, and this essentially goes on into infinity.
Bosses too, or...?
Nope, no bosses, just,
Except maybe
like,
the first boss, which shows up later as an enemy?
Yeah, like the Imperial battleships show up every now and then, but yeah, like, you see there's an enemy from level 6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
there's some enemies from the 4th one, yeah. And yeah, the interesting thing about this level is, even though it does go on into infinity, like, if you're not playing it with invincibility on, your health will slowly go down. And I guess the trick to it is to try and either, like, outlast all the enemies or get as high a score as you possibly can, but there's no real reward or anything for playing it, so it's just another, you know,
high
interesting
score.
feature.
That's your honor there.
Mm.
It's worth it in and of itself.
The score isn't even recorded anywhere.
Wait, really?
Yeah. So yeah, it's completely meaningless.
Oh, that's kind of lame. Okay, I take it back. I figured they would have, like, recorded like the other levels.
Yeah. And so now this is how we get to Space Harrier mode. So what you gotta do to start off with, you gotta start the Sega Saturn with the CD drive open, so you get the little, you know, cool little options screen here. And I'm just screwing around in here to show you, like, I had to clear my settings there, because this one has a really weird requirement to it. Like, if you put in, like, a music CD, you could actually play it, and if you open the options screen up, you get this little, sort of almost like it's technically like a music visualizer. You get this, like, you know, that little spaceship flying around, and the thing about the Panzer Dragoon CD, like the game CD itself, it actually has the soundtrack on it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, like, you see here, it's playing the opening theme. And yeah, it actually has the game's full soundtrack on the game disc itself.
Could you then take the disk and pop it in your computer and just take these off of a file folder?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So, yeah, to access Space Harrier mode for whatever reason, you need to switch the Sega Saturn's internal language drive or internal language settings to German.
I'm listening.
Yeah. And I don't know why exactly that is, but I've got a feeling that it's a really obtuse in-joke on the part of Team Andromeda's because all the code names for the various Panzer Dragoon games are in German. Like, you know how the sequel's called Panzer Dragoon 2?
Yeah.
This game is retroactively called by fans Panzer Dragoon 1.
Right.
Panzer Dragoon Saga, for whatever reason, isn't called Panzer Dragoon Dry. It's just called Saga, like, it breaks the pattern. But then, for the fourth game, Panzer Dragoon Orta, when you beat the game and the credits roll, at the very end of the credits, instead of saying Panzer Dragoon Orta, it says Panzer Dragoon Vier, or 4.
Oh my god.
And so, yeah, here we go. It's Kyle-only mode.
I have looked into the face of God, and what I saw was unparalleled beauty.
Yeah. He's stolen Dash Render's jetpack from Shadows of the Empire.
This actually looks really hilarious.
I know. And interestingly enough...
You still have your lock on.
Yeah, you still have the lock on. But for whatever reason, because the dragon's not there, it just looks like the lock-on reticle is just zooming around his crotch.
Right.
And he's,
Oh god.
and he's firing the light arrows out of his crotch.
It's Kyle's superpower.
So yeah, anyways, the cheat to access this one, once you restart the setting, or restart the Saturn in German mode, you gotta go up, X, right, X, down X, left X, up, then Y and Z. Or I should say Y and Z because we're in Canada.
I forgive you. I like that,
yeah.
Is that the dragon screeching sound you make when you get hurt?
Yeah. So it's... I guess it's not like the dragon isn't there, it's just the dragon's invisible or something. And I purposefully don't hit these things because they actually have an animation that plays like when they attack you, so they launch these balls at you and then they like project the electricity from their bodies and then, you know, run into you, so that was interesting. And right now I'm just purposely trying to get myself killed here because the death animation when it's just Kyle only is also hilarious.
Right. It's... Right now, this looks like some kind of sort of weird fever dream. Like, with the dragon, fine, I'll buy in that it's a video game. But just some dude flying along a corridor, shooting at weird polygonal sprites. And... yeah. Someone's having a bad dream.
Yeah. And so yeah, this is the game over screen that I just very briefly go through. Now there's one last cheat, which is rolling mode. So, to do that, I guess you gotta enter in the unlimited...
Do a barrel roll?
Yeah, dude. Interestingly enough, it doesn't do a full barrel roll, but you'll see here, starting off again. So, in rolling mode, what you can do is, I guess, according to IGN, like if you tap twice on the controller in either direction, it'll send you rolling across the screen, but for whatever reason, it didn't really work for me. Like, you'll see, like, the dragon sort of banks really steeply and goes right to one side of the screen. It doesn't actually do a full roll, so I don't know if I messed something up along the way, but yeah. And the cheat for this one is you have to enter in up, right, down, left, and then, yeah, so, oops, sorry. You go, yeah, up, down, oh god, up, sorry. I can't read my own writing here. Up,
the LP
right,
is collapsing. We've reached the LP singularity.
You go up, right, down, left, and you do that 4 times.
A,
so
B,
essentially,
A, B.
yeah, so you make a complete circle on the D-pad 4 times, and that's what kicks in rolling mode.
There's not a whole lot of rolling that video.
No, I know. Rolling mode let us down. And there's one last...
That's as good as any note to MVLP on.
Yeah, and of course there's one last cheat that I It's not even really a cheat, it's just something that you can do. It's called
Big head mode?
No, oh god, I wish there was a big head mode. It's the most disappointing cheat of all. It's the clean pause menu cheat. So what you do is, if you're playing the game and you pause the game, like you press the start button, like the game will pause and the word pause will show up and it'll flicker like red, blue, green, whatever. If you hold down while the pause menu is on, X, Y, and Z on the controller, the word pause will disappear. And that's the cheat.
I'm disappointed you didn't show that off.
I'll probably splice it in here.
Okay.
So yeah.
Splicing me going, ooh, and well, you can do it.
Sure thing.
Or don't. You don't actually have to do that.
And that's the note we're going to end this LP on.
Yeah. You didn't actually have to do that. This whole LP. That's the joke.
Well, thank you very much for watching Let's Play Panzer Dragoon on behalf... on behalf of Travelog, who will be missed. I'm 9 Gear Crow.
Don't forget Travelog. I'm Blind Sally.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in White Knight Chronicles 2. Hey-oh!